Alright, Gravity Falls episodes 38, 39, and 40. The final three episodes, which I was debating on whether or not I wanted to review them together, but honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Next week we'll have a review of Lost Legends, and then I will move on to Legend of Korra. I really enjoy this show, and it's sad, and it really is hard watching this finale because this finale is so sad. And it's sad because they do such a great job of making you understand that the summer is ending in that last episode we talked about, and making you know that this is the end of the show. And this is such a show where you grow to love the characters and the world, and you know there's so much more they could explore with this show. But you understand it's probably best for the show and the characters to end it here, and they end a lot of it on a perfect note. This show, obviously, this finale isn't perfect. There are elements of it that were rushed. Let's just get those elements out of the way. Gideon's, uh, you know, return to the light side, I guess, was very rushed. You know, I don't think Wendy really got a proper conclusion, despite her being such a big element of the show. The, this cipher wheel at the beginning of the show is such a big part of the show, and then it's just wasted here. Why? Not really sure why they did that, but. And also, it is kind of weird that they include characters like Robbie and stuff in that cipher wheel, and I felt like, okay, well, if these characters are supposed to come together and be a huge part of this, like, why was that not set up a little bit better? I don't know, but the parts of this that work really work. I'll do a quick little breakdown, and then kind of talk some other stuff. Basically, part one of this finale, basically, Ford's captured by Bill. They invade the town. All of his weird creatures here. He kills Time Baby, which I love Bill's shocked face when he kills Time Baby. But Dipper and Wendy kind of team up, and they and Seuss, and they try to track down where Mabel's at, and they get the key, and then that's how the first part episode ends. All that really works. Great stuff. I wish they had not cut the song. There's an animatic of the song from this episode. I wish that was in the episode, but I get it. But anyways, the next part of the episode is them going into Mabel's little bubble, and it's this dreamland where it's exactly what you would think a world created by Mabel would look like, and it's super funny. Dippy Fresh is great, but Mabel doesn't want to go back to reality, and because Dipper mentions reality, she has to kind of show you the reality of just return that she needs to return to Gravity Falls and face reality, even no matter how harsh that will be. But Dipper will always be there. And what I really like about that, it's a great juxtaposition to Stan and Ford's relationship, right? And their relationship kind of always has been, but it's really beautiful. And what I really also like about that is you see that Dipper, even it says something that I think that the fans really aren't taking to heart, which is that Dipper is crazy to want to stay in Gravity Falls. Yes, it would be cool, but he's a kid and he still should be enjoying life, and he should be doing that with his sister while they're still being young, you know? And it just works out. So, yeah, and then they go back to Gravity Falls, face Bill, and, they do the cipher wheel and all this stuff. Doesn't work. Take him down, and then they wipe Grunkle Stan's memory, which, look, this is another thing that's rushed. I think it's handled to the best it could have been, but it still was very rushed and difficult. I wish they kind of done a time skip of a couple weeks, kind of showing that while Grunkle Stan does start to remember who they are, but it's still really hazy, and it's going to take him a little bit more time. I think that would have been a more effective way to handle it, but the way they handled it was okay. It worked well enough. And then, Stan and Ford going on their own adventures, which was really sweet, which I wish we could get that in comic form. That'd be great. Seuss takes over Mystery Shack, perfect. And then just the end credits of just seeing how everything goes, it's just beautiful. It all just works. It flows together so well. The show is so well crafted and put together that even though this finale has a shit ton of flaws, you just don't care. It is just so well done. And we all still want more, but I also don't. because this is just so well crafted and put together. I just love it, and it's just so well done. Absolutely adore this finale and everything the creators put into it. There's so many great jokes and just heart to this finale that makes you already miss the characters in the world, but it's so good. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.